Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go again. Get some of this. Hey y'all, it's Sarah, and today we're going to talk about one of my favorite movies, The Dressmaker. It's an adaptation of a body of literature, which I've never read, but I've heard is very good. I just want to say, and y'all can tell me if I'm wrong, but these Australian comedy dramas are so dark. They get so dark so fast. One of my other favorite comedy dramas is Mental. It gets really dark and really sad, and then it gets, upbeat and uplifting again. But today we're going to talk about The Dressmaker, which is just a fabulous film. The movie starts with a bus heading across a barren landscape into a small town. By small, I mean there are just a handful of businesses that all face the main dirt road and a few houses on the outskirts. A single passenger gets off the bus in the middle of the night, and Sergeant Farrell is there to greet them. And the passenger's name is Tilly Dunnage. And she's arrived with just a few things. She leaves her heavier items there to pick up later, and then, along with Sergeant Farrell, heads to her mother's house. And he recognizes her, and she recognizes him, and he knows exactly where she's going. In the next scene, it's morning, and by morning, everybody knows that she's back in town. She has a reputation, which only grows while she's there. So she's reconnecting with an old flame of hers, Teddy, frenemies, mostly, but she's really there to take care of her mother, who she heard was not very well, whose house is at the very end of the lane. So Tilly gets to work cleaning the house, scaring away the animals, and taking care of her mother, getting her washed and bringing food in, and then later on just making her presence, seen and heard. She attends a local football game, dances, and she's really just making a waves with her reappearance. And her purpose there, besides taking care of her mom, is to get some answers about things that happened in her childhood, because she was taken from her home at a very young age. And now she's come back. She's a very fabulous, amazing dressmaker, and she uses those skills to grab the attention of the townspeople, leveraging her skills in order to get the answers that she's looking for. And at the same time, falling in love. A few days and weeks pass, and younger members from the town become engaged to be married, Gertrude and William. Tilly is getting closer and closer to the truth of the matter. Her mother is getting better and better with each passing day, and Gertrude has hired her to make her wedding dress. She's being hired by other ladies in the town to make dresses for them. Her reputation is changing in the town when tragedy strikes, and Tilly learns many truths that change her life forever. Afterwards, she decides to truly take her revenge. There are a series of accidents in the town that resulted in a couple people's deaths, and in addition to learning about her own truth, she decides to tell the truth to a few key members in the town. That's when a second tragedy strikes close to home for Tilly. With nothing left to lose, she decides to break her curse, as she sees it, once and for all, which leaves the town in flames. And later, you see Tilly heading away from that small town towards a new life. This film takes you all the way through every emotion. There's comedy, there's drama in terms of gossip, there's drama in terms of real wrenching self-discovery, learning things about your past, things that Tilly was holding on to for so long, things that she didn't realize other people were holding on to for so long, the betrayal, the audacity, the lack of empathy and empathy, both. and none. There are some true shocking twists in the story, casually shown in such a way that you're like, wait, what is happening? No. It wasn't such an extraordinary set of circumstances that resulted in these tragedies or in these accidents or in these events. It's just everyday life playing out. And that is what I love about the story. I would give Dressmaker a 4 out of 5. Absolutely. There were a lot of things that we found out that explain things. There were some things that we know need no explanation, like the mayor being a terrible person. He's a terrible person, so he does terrible things. And the reasons for that, we don't need to know. The casting was wonderful. Judy Davis, Carrie Fox, Caroline Goodall, just absolute. Hugo Weaving, just a wonderful cast that were able to deliver some standout performances. Hugo Weaving's character, it was not over the top. It was not corny to me. Of course, there are so many transformations in the film, emotional, psychological, and physical, because she's a dressmaker. So she can create something to change people's perceptions of a person, and using that as, like, in some cases, a magic wand. Gertrude meeting William. The outfits were just fantastic. And this is a period piece, so certain things need no explanation, like the lack of modern ideas or progressive ideas, the fact that, there's not a lot going on with their lives. It makes a lot of sense. There's a nice split, a nice balance between older and younger characters. There are no kids outside of Teddy's family. Teddy's family is the only one that has children running around, and that makes sense, especially for the environment that they live in. It was funny and heartbreaking, and then funny again, and then heartbreaking again. The characters felt very authentic to themselves within the story. I liked how certain relevant period specific details, like going to the movies and what movies were showing, going to the dance and what songs are playing. And again, the gowns, just such beautiful gowns. I love the story, as sad as it was, as messed up as it was, coming from so many different angles. It is a standout story, I think, and it's told so well. It mixes kind of the magic of Tilly's ability to create these things against the harsh realities of her life there. If you're a crier, you gonna cry. I highly recommend it, especially for your fashionista friends, or if you're friends who love vintage clothing, vintage fashion. Absolutely a must watch. There is some violence in the film, so be aware of that. If you guys have seen it, please let me know. Also, Kate Winslet's accent was just spot on to me. I didn't feel like she was hamming it up at all. I felt like her accent was, to my untrained ear, was very good. But you guys let me know what you think. Thank you so much for spending your time here with me. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you all next time.